that
I gotta get one more.
they are occupying this small sliver of
I
Palestine.
cannot believe these. Like the last game, the draw is so bad. It's just so
But
bad.
Israel's
There's
enforcing
no excuse
the blockade,
whatsoever,
and Egypt as well.
preventing a lot of things from getting into Gaza, and has for a long time.
And Egypt as well, because they're terrorists. So the blockade that Israel put on Gaza periodically is always put on by Egypt as well. So, but nobody talks about that. That there was a blockade of both these countries, one Arab, one Jewish, kind of going, Hamas is fucked and we need to contain them and we can't let them just get cement because they're building tunnels. We can't just let them get gasoline because they're stockpiling it. And they're taking the shit from their people in order to fire. Isn't it curious for people that Hamas is literally, that Gaza is running out of everything except rockets?
Well,
they keep throwing. There was an attack on Tel Aviv today. This is the other thing that you have to understand. The war this thing didn't just happen on October 7th and ended. It wasn't one day. There were 8 terrorists that were caught yesterday trying to get in through the ocean. There were 4 that were trying to get through the north. And there are rockets that are being launched at Israel all the time.
You also have Hezbollah in Lebanon as well.
Yes. Still today, I'm talking to my sister and she's like, oh, shit, siren. I'm like, oh, my God, and she's in Tel Aviv. So this is ongoing. They haven't stopped.
Right.
But people are going to Israel. No. Israel, ceasefire, stop. Israel, please stop. And by now, we're like, we can't listen to what Israel can do no right. Okay? People are always going to have a problem with it. And by now, it's like, just better fucking do what we need to do.
Oh, psycho. Can you believe that fucking
they're gonna say shit
draw?
anyways.
Did you see the
I'm
draw?
just hoping that this
So bad.
has as an end game and a you know what I mean, because I'm
Absolutely, me
speaking
too.
from experience of being a citizen
I don't
of a
like his
country
position though. This is good.
went
for
on
me.
a very long
that was the one that I didn't
very
see,
convoluted
but
path after 9/11, and we ended up spending a lot of money.
By the way,
I don't think we made
after-
anyone safer.
After 9/11, I was like, young and all that. But as an Israeli, I was watching the U.S. going into Iraq. And I'm like, the fuck are you doing? It's Iran. Like, we knew that Iran is the destabilizing entity in the region. You look back at every shit that's happening in the world, every terrorist, everything. It all leads back to Iran.
How did the Mossad miss this attack?
Oh God, nobody knows.
No, I mean last game.
Supposedly
so many
one of the best
meltdowns.
intelligence agencies in the world.
There was Mossad isn't external though. Mossad is not technically. Look, there were so
Well, it's
many.
like the CIA is
meltdowns.
technically external. We all know it's technically everything's external.
How did the Americans miss it? How did everybody miss this? It was there was a major meltdown.
Well, I don't know if the Americans have the human intelligence on the ground that Mossad does. We have great satellites. We know that.
We know now. We're starting to become. We're starting to kind of break down backwards.
That was kind of sneaky
moves that they did, and they were again really good effort. Good effort, Hamas. You're not winning this one either, but good effort.
Right.
Well
no,
done,
we
fuckers.
listen. We don't. Nobody. I don't think nobody wants Hamas to win except AOC. She does, but no.
Did you see my face? How I didn't move?
Yeah, of course.
Try Ilhan Omar, see what my face does, or
No, I mean, listen, they don't seem to love the Jews. I mean, that's just what it is, you know. I mean, that doesn't. But she also AOC. You got to respect the ones that come right out and say it. AOC like pretended to be Jewish ones, which I don't have a respect for. She was like, I'm like, she started Jewing it up. I did a thing about it years ago. I just come out and say what you believe. That's what I respect about you. I respect that about what Schumer's doing. Again, I'm a Long Island guy, Catholic. Didn't grow up with this around the dinner table. This was not discussed. We heard about it,
right?
But we didn't have an intimate involvement. I had friends that went on Birthright. I have friends that are more well versed in it. I know there's a lot of Muslim comedians that are talking about it. I know that there's a lot of Jewish comedians.
No, it's psycho. This is actually
my
last game. I'm going to play Counter-Strike after
a lot of
this.
people, and it's been a very contentious thing.
If you
I was one away from 1900 for a second.
Democracy, freedom of speech, human rights, women's rights, LGBTQ plus rights, any kind of rights that we hold dear, and you do not support Israel within the context of the Middle East, you're a fucking idiot.
I think you should support Israel within the context of the Middle East, but I also think you should support the idea that we need to eventually, bring an end to the suffering and the death of innocent people, and we need to somehow figure out some type of self-determination for Palestinians
100%.
and a life for them outside of Gaza, which is a training camp that grows extremism and terrorism.
I'm pro-Israeli and also pro-Palestinian, and these two things are not mutually exclusive. It's only on the American fringes that it's presented as mutually exclusive. By the way, almost all of these towns
Now we're
and kibbutzim
talking.
on the south, and the party, the Nova party, the slaughter at the party, all these people are peace activists, pacifists, left wing.
Right.
There was an old lady that was in charge of flying kites every, there was on the 7th of October at 4 p.m. They had this thing that they all got together and flew kites into Gaza to show them how much they love them. Like all these people are like the